Hi, collective. This new moon in Cancer energy is pretty heavy. I have a few downloads that I want to touch base with you guys on that I feel is important for somebody in the collective. It could be a group of you guys, it could just be for one person dealing with a person who they're in separation from. But the first download that I got was the song Holding Back the Years by Simply Red. This is a song originally that came out in 1985. It reached like the top 100 chart in 1986 in the US. And then the album Simplified came out in 2005. So those dates could be significant. So 1985, that would break down to, let's see, 1985. 23. So 1985 breaks down to the number 23. If I did my math correctly, correct me if I'm wrong. And then also 1986 reaching the United States. So that's 24. And then 2005, which breaks down to 7. Those years can be important: 1985, 1986, 2005, or 23, 24, and the number 7. So these could be certain ages that things happened to this particular individual, the year that they were born, or, a date, the 23rd, 24th, or the 7th, or the month of July. So the song Holding Back the Years, if you've never heard of it, collective, is a song about a troubled upbringing that the lead singer, Mick Hucknall, had during his youth. And so again, this is addressing a younger age. So when we talk about your 20s, 23, 24, even as young as 7, possibly. And the difficulty he had finding support from a stern father and a mother that wasn't there often enough. The upbringing he had didn't offer confidence or a sense of value. So to put this time in check with finding success, he has to, quote unquote, hold back the years so that he can continue to move forward in life. So this, to me, is about someone who's had to kind of suppress something traumatic that happened to them or some neglect that they felt as a kid growing up. And I feel like this neglect or not being loved properly, not receiving that nurturing care that they needed, I feel affected their heart space. And I feel like I'm addressing somebody who is now in their adult age, 30s, 40s, 50s, or 60s. But it is due to something that's happened when they were younger. And it has affected all of their relationships moving forward, because I feel like this is something they have not been able to completely resolve. And they've had to suppress it. They've had to push it to the side. They've had to find other ways to overcome this lack of emotional connection, always wanting and desiring a deeper connection, but because they didn't have it when they were a kid with their mother, with their father, it has now affected every relationship moving forward up until now in their life. The other download that I got was Transformers, the movie. Most people know about the Transformers. Whether you're a kid, you watch this cartoon. I love the Transformer movies, even as an adult right now, but I am a big kid at heart anyway. But Transformers, and what I kept hearing is there's a lot more than meets the eye with you. And I think that's like a particular line in the very first movie where Sam has an opportunity to drive the girl that he's crushing on, give her a ride home. And she asks him, "Do you think that I'm shallow?" And that was his response. He says, "There's a lot more than meets the eye with you." Transformation, meaning that, again, where this is going, I feel there's an individual who on the outside seems like they don't have an open heart space, but their emotions run deeper than people can see. And I feel like it's because they've had to hold back the years in order to survive into adulthood when it comes to matters of the heart. But I feel like this is not truly what they want. I feel like I'm talking about somebody who truly wants connection, but didn't have a good example of that emotional attachment, a healthy emotional connection. So they don't know how to go about asking for it or giving it to others. Um, the other download that I got was James Brown, that song, "I Got You." And I kept hearing like sugar and spice. So again, I feel this is the energy of this particular person, that you were in a connection with, collective, or again, you're in separation from, or somebody that you know, romantic interest. I feel like their personality was like sugar and spice. Um, I feel that when they were with you, collective, they were very sweet. And I feel like, collective, you saw a side to this person that maybe other people didn't see. Again, because they were very careful about how they expressed themselves when it came to their emotions. They're not very good at expressing themselves when it comes to romantic feelings. They are very good at speaking, but when it came to addressing their emotions, I feel like this person had a very hard time with opening up with you. And again, I feel like that comes from this trauma that happened to this person, at a younger age, the lack of an emotional attachment or connection to their mother, their father in the proper way, not seeing their parents give to each other, in a healthy way, kind of stunted their emotional growth. And so, yeah, I just, again, with this new moon in Cancer, which is about, and I just did a reading on this, but it is about walking away from those neglectful connections. It is about emotional renewal, right? Emotional healing. So you can gain more emotional intelligence, because emotional intelligence creates abundance, helps with manifestation. It nurtures, it grows. And again, I feel like this person didn't even have a chance to truly feel that type of emotional connection until they met you, collective. And I feel like it made them run away based on fear, because they didn't know how to handle what they were feeling. It was not something that they had experienced fully or seen, again, in a healthy way, with their parents or in their other connections. Yeah. They were scared that you would not truly be open to them or would love them based on things that they felt were not perfect about them. This person had a lot of insecurities about themselves. Again, you wouldn't know that on the outside because of how they conducted themselves with other people. They walked as if they were confident. But when it came to emotional connections, this person was very insecure, and they couldn't trust that you actually love them, because again, they've never truly had someone love them unconditionally or seen it. Yeah, sacrifice. Love may come with sacrifices. Evaluate what you're willing to give up. This person would have had to sacrifice a lot to be with you. They would have also had to sacrifice the mask that they wore to cover up their imperfections. This person wanted you to see them in a particular way. They did not want you to know everything about them because they felt that you would walk away. So they masked, and they were not willing to sacrifice how people already saw them, because again, they didn't even know if they could trust what they were feeling as love. So yeah, they hid who they were all the time. They hid their feelings for you, collective, even though they knew that you were an opportunity, a chance for real love. They felt it deep down. Their intuition was screaming at them that it was you, collective. But again, having no other good examples, maybe besides what they saw in the movies, but nothing in real life, no real life experience to make them feel differently. They didn't trust it. They didn't trust you. They didn't trust themselves, but they felt it. I'm telling you, they felt the connection with you, collective. It was literally screaming at them, but it literally terrified this person. So they ran away. They put distance between you two. This person could be at a distance from you right now. I feel like at one point you guys were very close. Very close. And the closer that you got to this person, especially emotionally, collective, the more it made them want to run from you. Again, because they didn't trust it. Because in their mind, no one, including, right, their own parents, had never shown them this much care, this much love, this much attention, this much, I want to know you're okay, this much, I want to be a good friend to you. And collective, I feel like you felt like it was almost your duty to be there for this person because you could feel the lack of love. You could feel that they needed it, and you are an empath. So you wanted to give your whole heart to this person so they could stop hurting. As much as they covered it up, you could see right through this person. And I feel they knew that as well. This person dreams about you a lot. Look to your dreams. They hold all the answers you seek. This person, yeah, like I said, somebody that you had to walk away from. And this is how they sit and think about you at night. You've definitely healed from this connection, but I know that it was not something easy, collective. This was not something that happened in a day, in a week. This took months, some of you years, to truly heal from this because it was such a strong connection between the two of you. This person, yeah, they saw you as a gift, and you were the gift to them, collective. And I feel like this is somebody who is contemplating this, sitting by themselves in solitude, now realizing you were the gift that they ran away from, that they constantly put distance. Well, there you go. You see it for yourself. Like I said, it was a strong connection. It was something that this person had never experienced. And now, after running away from you, putting distance between you, completely sabotaging the connection they now believe that it was destined. Wow. Wow. Yeah, they ran. Like I said, they ran. They ran and they put distance, just confirmation. And now they are taking space even from people that are currently in their lives, because this person could be in a new connection, and this person at night while they dream about you, they sit and contemplate on what they've lost. They are now creating space and distance, wanting to run away from a current connection that they are in, trying to escape it, because they want to come back and tell you the truth, collective. They want to tell you how they actually feel. They want to finally reveal what they held back from you for so long. It's driving them crazy, especially dreaming of you, seeing you in their dreams. It feels real to them. Yeah, because they want to have hope. They're holding on to a hope that is still possible to rekindle this. Wow. Yeah. I can't make this up, you guys. Our love is always there despite the distance. Despite the distance. Yeah, my ear is ringing so loud right now. This is somebody who's never stopped thinking about you, because they knew even then, collective, that it was you. But like I said, when you come from an upbringing where you don't really know what healthy love should look like, you've never experienced healthy love, you've only dealt with people who wanted you around for what you could provide. And that was where your value lied when it came to the people in your life who supposedly loved you. This is all this person knew or even knows. I feel like this person is going through a dark night of the soul. I feel like there's a lot of things being revealed to this person in their dreams. They are seeing signs and synchronicities. They are starting to feel from their heart space. And again, it terrifies them. And I feel like it definitely did when you guys were connected, which is why there was the distance. But I feel like this time, as this person begins to feel, I feel like they are allowing the feeling, because they are understanding, again, there's a lot more than meets the eye with this situation. There was a lot more than meets the eye when it came to you, collective, but they could not see that back then. But they are now starting to understand that this was deeper than just another person looking to take from them. Wow. Yeah. They are not happy where they are. This is also why they think about you more often. It's unsatisfying because it's not a true emotional connection. It is most likely based off of material gain, some type of wealth. Maybe they're with someone who has a lot of money. Maybe between them, they're able to create this home, this stability, but emotionally, they are unstable. They want a reunion with you, collective. They want to bridge the gap. They have this hope because they feel like even in separation, the love has always been there, no matter the distance. But this person wants to come back to you. But they know that they have responsibilities. So they are torn. daily, thinking about you, wanting to run away and escape a situation, worried about if things will ever change because of the life that they created without you, that they feel they can't just walk away from, that they feel obligated to. They thought that you would chase them. They thought that you would chase them when you guys separated, and they got in their ego and created a situation now that's full of responsibilities that they now just want to escape, that they now just want space from, because all they can do is reminisce about you. You guys had inside jokes. With all of the music that I've been getting, I feel like you guys definitely connected when it came to music. Yeah, my ears ringing again. Music was how you guys communicated. This person is probably trying to communicate with you through music now, telepathically. But yeah, this person was so confused in the past. There you go. There were other things that got in the way of us being together. A third party, you guys, can be anything. It could be another romantic connection, it could be addictions, it could be family, it could be friends, it could be coworkers. But there was definitely people, yeah, they daydream about you a lot. They're longing for you, collective. There were definitely people around this person who did not want this connection to work, did not want this connection to come together. There were people that saw the vibe that you guys had together and they were just not having it. They were not going to allow this person to just go towards you and be happy. They didn't want this person to realize that there was more to love than what they were getting. See, they had already trained this person to believe that what they had was sufficient, even though deep down, this person did not feel satisfied. Again, I feel like this person being super connected with music, they learned what they were missing. It was not something that they expressed out loud, though. But I feel like this is a super intelligent person who was able to put the pieces together of their own childhood trauma, and they did it mostly through music. I feel like they're super connected to music, to numbers, to art, to poetry. So they know deep down why they are who they are, but at the same time, not sure how to change it, not sure how to rewrite a story that's already been written. Because again, there's a certain level of comfort, even though their heart space is in neglect. Yeah, they have a hard time loving themselves, feeling like they are lovable. Again, because of the connections that they've always been tethered to, excuse me. The love was based on money, was based on what do you have to offer this connection? What do you have to offer me? Trying to live up to their parents' expectations, even though, again, as we saw in the beginning, holding back the years is about someone as a child being neglected by their parents, mother, father. So constantly looking for validation from their parental figures, working overtime in overdrive, trying to prove their value. That's what they were made to believe love was, even if it didn't make them happy. Yeah, and these are lessons that this person is having a hard time learning. So history keeps repeating itself in every connection that they get into, because it's never really based on how they feel in their heart space. Because if it was based on how they felt in their heart space, you guys would be on the same page. Can't make this up. You guys were always on the same page when it came to how you felt in your heart. The closeness felt natural. It didn't feel forced. It was emotionally and energetically smooth between the two of you. And because it felt so good, they felt it was a lie. They ran from it. Confirmation. They walked away. And I feel like now this is somebody who is ready to walk away from a commitment that they put themselves in, because they still have hope, because they reminisce about you all the time, because they now realize, collective, you were the gift. They want a reunion with you. They wonder if you guys can get back on the same page, but they are still learning lessons. They're still learning lessons. And people are holding them back, or trying to hold them back from coming towards you, because they know if there is a reconciliation, that this person would probably be the happiest they've ever been in their whole life, and all the secrets and lies would come out. Yes. Everything would be exposed. The truth. And they would want to move towards a commitment with you, collective. This is what I am getting. So there is somebody heavily in your energy in the background reminiscing about you that screwed up in the past, but we now understand their history. I think it's so important to understand where people come from, where they grow up, how they were nurtured or not nurtured. It makes sense when you look at their patterns of romance and love and friendships, their connections. It makes sense in how they treat the people in their life that they're supposed to love and value. When there is a lack of appreciation, if there is no equal give and take, it is because they are used to being taken from. They are used to being taken advantage of. It's never about matters of the heart when you grow up in a situation where you are not nurtured as a child. So now, having to be an adult and figure out how to use your heart space, it's terrifying. Especially when there's so many emotions involved in love, romance, especially when you were never taught how to navigate it. That somebody is in love with you, collective, somebody is realizing that they want happily ever after with you. Wow. And this is an epiphany that they are just having. They no longer want to be in possessive connections where people hold on to them without giving to them and expect them to give everything. This is what they no longer want. They want honesty. They want an equal give and take. They want to be on the same page with someone in their heart space. They want happily ever after, collective. Wow. And they're okay with not rushing things in the reverse. This person, if they came back to you, collective, would know that it would be necessary to completely take things at a snail's pace. Okay, maybe a turtle. Maybe not as slow as a snail or a sloth, but at least a turtle pace. But I think they would just be happy to be back in your energy, to have the possibility, the hope of another chance with you, collective. Man, this new moon in Cancer is no joke. People are feeling it. What did this person need more of if they're going to try to come back to you? Perseverance. They need to know that they can do whatever they're going to set their mind to do. What else is this person going to need? Yeah, humor. I feel like this was also something between the two of you that connected you. I feel like this person made you laugh. I feel like you were the only person, collective, that actually could make this person laugh. I feel like this person laughed a lot, but it was probably not actually genuine. They laughed to entertain other people, but I feel like you guys actually genuinely laughed with each other. But they need to focus on the lighter side. They need to focus on the hopeful side if they are going to come back towards you. The colors purple or green could be significant. They need to trust. Yes, trust is going to be needed in this situation. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. This person needs to trust themselves. Stop trusting everyone else around them who does not have good intentions for them, apparently. I think this person needs to find their courage. They're going to need to straighten out that back, find their inner strength, and face a fear with confidence in order to come towards you, period. Because I feel like if they're going to make or try and make a connection work with you, there's going to be a lot of questions that's going to need a lot of answers, and everybody's going to be needing to stand 10 toes down in the connection. Otherwise, it's not going to work. There's too much background noise. Yeah, failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. This person needs to learn their lessons. Otherwise, they might as well stay where they are. Yeah, I know that they're worried. But they need to learn that worry doesn't change an outcome. What else? One more. Yep. Like I said, they've been dreaming about you. They've been imagining this moment of being in a connection back with you, collective. All right. Well, since this is heavy on the music, let's get some music oracles. Why not? Everything. Aw. Calm down by Rima. Everything will be okay. Baby, calm down. Calm down. Yeah, you guys, I feel like you guys had a lot of fun. Yeah, hidden desires. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Where She Goes by Bad Bunny. Hidden desires for sure. Like I said, this person has, and they need one more try. Confirmation, you guys. See, I can't make this up. I Have Nothing by Whitney Houston. This is how this person feels, that they are lacking because they're lacking in their heart. They're missing their true love. They want one more chance. Somebody is coming. Like I said, this new moon energy is not, man, yeah. But they have a bad romance that they got to deal with. They got a karmic in their space. I don't know how they're going to handle that. They want you to have faith. This person needs to have faith in themselves to start before anything else. No One by Alicia Keys, Faith. They just want to be close where they can stay forever. You and them together through the days and nights. They don't want you to worry because everything's going to be all right. Everything will be okay. This person is trying to confirm to you that they will find their way back and everything will be okay because this is a divine union. Wow. Wow. So collective, you were meant to be a part of this person's life, to have them experience feelings of true love so they had something to compare to. Because I feel before, without something to compare to, this was going to be a repeated pattern in their life and a lesson that they were never going to learn. Fantasies, Baby Boy by Beyonce and Sean Paul. Yeah, this, like I said, this person fantasizes about you. They daydream about you all the time. And unfortunately, they were dealing with an opportunist. They now are connected to somebody who doesn't give to them equally, who takes. And this person is also worried that you might look at them as an opportunist if they come back towards you right now. With all of these previous messages out here, saying, don't worry, everything will be okay, and have faith because this is a divine union. One more try. There's going to be another attempt. Collective, you are going to have to use your discernment here. 100%. Because again, I feel like you have so much love for this individual, and I feel like they have so much love for you, but unfortunately, they just didn't know what they didn't know. But I feel like this person wants this with you. So they are planning, because they've been looking within and reminiscing about you. It's coming. Collective. So be prepared. Wow. Transformers. There's more than meets the eye with this connection, apparently. But that's what I have for you, collective. If you enjoyed that message or if it resonated, I would love to know about it. Hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe, and follow me. But until next time, you guys, bye.